Our guest tonight on the podcast is somebody who's very special to me because we worked together in radio years ago.
Years and years ago.
As a matter of fact, before Deanna and I even got married, this lady was giving me advice, and I think the best advice she ever gave me: don't screw this up, George. Don't screw it up.
I don't know if I should thank Jill or not thank her. I don't know.
That's difficult. Our guest tonight is Jill Farney. She is joining us from her house tonight in January here, Jill, but I see the Christmas tree is still up.
Yes, we're still decorated in the house. I just had knee surgery last week, so I can't take anything down until I'm well. So I'm just still living in the joy of Christmas.
All right, so I wanted to have you on as our first guest on the new podcast here because you're somebody that I think is absolutely the perfect person that we talk about when we talk about group travel and going with us. And even though you and I knew each other years ago when we worked in radio and we've kept in touch, this was something new for you. What made you think at the very beginning, hey, this is something I might like to do?
Well, I had followed Lindsay Adventures before we ever decided to go on a trip with you, just friends and knowing what you were doing and looking at the trips and stuff. And I was sitting at the hospital. Craig was having knee replacement surgery, and the Switzerland, Austria trip popped up. And I'm reading about it. Since I was a little girl, I've always wanted to go to Switzerland. Ever since I watched Heidi, running over the hill to Grandpa and everything, I thought, oh, on my bucket list. And so Craig, while still medically induced, I said, hey, how about going to Switzerland this year? And he goes, okay, whatever you want. So I proceeded to reach out to you all and ask questions. And then when he was not medicated, I revisited it with him, and we both decided it was a trip that we wanted to do and was very happy that we did.
You've traveled before. Years ago, you traveled overseas, but this was the first time in how long when you traveled to Switzerland with us?
It switched. So the first time I went was in '96, and it was England and Paris, all of like London, Paris, and that. But so '96 was the first time I ever went overseas. You all were the second. So and I'd been other places, but never overseas or out of the country.
Were you nervous about it?
No, not at all. I love to travel.
Yeah. Was Craig nervous about it?
A little. I think his nervousness was more of, let's get there and get this started. Let's get the party started. Okay. Yeah.
What if you had one thing that surprised you most about the trip? Is there something that kind of stands out?
Giving up control. I like to control things, or I thought I did, but the ease of, I really enjoyed not having to think about what all we're going to do and where we're going to go. So I think that surprised me, how easy I was able to not have to worry about anything, and it didn't drive me crazy. Short drive.
So control freaks, pay attention. Okay, pay attention to that. Yeah. Your first experience with group travel, talk to me about that.
I liked it. We met some great people that I'm still friends with on Facebook. Met a wonderful couple, Ed and Nancy. Nancy and I still text from time to time. Yeah. So enjoyed just meeting different people from different parts of the country, and just getting to know them, because the only people that Craig and I knew when we went were you and Deanna. So that it was nice getting to meet other people and getting to just. And I like the fact that it's not like you're always with the same people. You get to experience a little bit of everybody.
Yeah.
I like doing that.
I think that's difficult sometimes to express to people about how you really do have control over how much you're with somebody or not with somebody, or who you sat with at dinner, that kind of stuff. Yes. It is something that, and you start developing those friendships. I think Deanna and I always say that's one of the greatest things we love about what we do is the community that we're building. I mean, I see people at Nancy, some other people, Donna from Houston, that still comments on stuff when you're online or you comment on their stuff. And I just love that.
I do too. And the people that I've connected with on Facebook, it's kind of the same thing. And when I watch your other travels that you've done since the Switzerland, Austria trip, it's like I see people that we met that were on our trip with us. And I was like, oh, look, there's so and
Oh,
so.
yeah.
So I
Oh,
love
look, there's
that.
a
And I
good
love the
leader.
fact that it's like just a little travel community.
Yeah, and that's honestly, Jill, that's been our goal from day one, is to try to build that community. And it's funny, we're getting ready to go to Portugal, and one of the ladies was like, "Hey, who's going on this trip that I know? Who are the friends that I
Right.
already know?" And
Right.
and then the last thing she said was, "I can't wait to see them, and I can't wait to meet new friends." So I
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah.
There
So
you, and that's true too. I'm anxious to see who's going on the Iceland trip with us. I know we're
yeah,
bringing friends of ours are coming with us, so it'll be their first time experiencing this,
yeah.
your travel group and everything. So we're looking forward to introducing new people too. And you all have a
Well,
wonderful way of welcoming everybody. Nobody, if they're traveling alone, they don't feel like they're traveling alone. If everybody
thank
just
you.
kind of congregates. So, and that
Yeah.
comes from the top.
Well, the biggest compliment you can give us is that you're inviting your friends to go along with us.
Yes.
It really honestly is.
Yeah.
So
Well, wait till you meet. No,
yeah.
I'm kidding.
Did,
I'm kidding.
did you have a favorite moment? I mean, not a big, like on the top of the mountain or anything, but was there a moment that you thought, this is so cool? Was there something that you really thought, oh, I would love to do this again?
Well, the whole trip I'd do again in a heartbeat. I remember in Bern when we were at top at the little bar up on top and the sun was
Oh
setting
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
and you saw the
yeah.
snow cap, just the colors and everything. That was just a moment that I won't ever forget. And then there was our last meal where the full moon was out and you're looking up the street as we're coming
Yes,
out of
yeah,
the
Yeah.
yeah,
restaurant. Just so many
yeah.
different things, or whether it's sitting in the middle of the cafes in the middle of the street in Austria having our little drinks or whatever it was, just so many that I can't name one. I just
Hmm.
You know,
can't.
it's so funny too, because one of my favorite memories of that trip actually took place in a little cafe in Innsbruck, and I think there was just a total of 6 of us that we were all walking around looking. Hey, we want to go out to dinner, and it's like, there's a place across the river. Let's go across the river, and we sat there in that little cafe and drank
Mhm.
wine and had food, and
Uh-huh.
it
And
was
drank
just
more
one of my
wine.
favorites.
The food was excellent. The company was better. So
I love
yes.
it. But I think it's good for people to hear from other folks a little bit about what we do and maybe a little perspective, because that's something that you can give that we're so close to it. Sometimes I think we lose the perspective of what we do, but we sure appreciate you
Right.
being on the show today.
Hey, my pleasure. I look forward to seeing you guys soon. And then also we're looking forward to Iceland. Already starting to
Iceland
plan the
can't.
wardrobe.
That's right. That's right. We can't wait. Well, thank you, first of all, for this and telling me not to mess it up when we were dating and you and I were at the
I
radio
can't believe
station
you
together.
listened. I cannot believe you listened. But I'm very proud of you for it. And look how this has turned out.
Sh-
I can't believe you didn't name
Yeah.
either of the
Jill,
boys
thanks for
after
being
me.
on with us. Thanks for being on with us tonight, Jill.
All right. Bye.
She is absolutely wonderful, one of our favorite people to travel with. And again, hopefully that just gives you a little feeling about what we do and what it's like to travel with Lindsay Adventures. Now, next week on the show, we're going to turn things completely around because we're going to be talking with one of our favorite tour managers, Christina, who was our tour manager when we were in Italy and the Amalfi Coast. And she's going to talk about all kinds of things, what it's like in Europe. What are the first time mistakes a lot of people make when they travel? What about tipping over there? How do the tour guides and everything feel about that? So we're going to get some of the inside information for those of you that are going to be traveling either with us or on your own when you go to Europe, of some insider information from an expert that by the way, you're going to love. She is absolutely wonderful. So that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. If this touched a nerve with you, or you know somebody that you think might benefit from thinking about group travel and they're a little hesitant about it, share this video with them or share our YouTube page and let them see what we're all about. We always appreciate you all being here on Let's Talk Travel with George and Deanna, here tonight from Lindsay Adventures.